Hi everybody. To mark the fact that Aardman Animation recently released the second Shaun the Sheep film, Farmageddon, on DVD and Blu-ray, I thought we'd look back at some of their other popular characters and releases before that. Um, Mostly Shaun the Sheep, of course. Then there was the spin-off Timmy Time series. We'll be looking at that down the line. That was a series for preschool children. And of course, the most popular inventing human and his dog, famous the world over, Wallace and Gromit. It's today that we're looking at the Wallace and Gromit collection on DVD. And this set comprises all four of the original Wallace and Gromit shorts, from A Grand Day Out through to A Matter of Loaf and Death. We'll be looking at each of the shorts in turn and also these special features. And when you consider that I picked this up from Sainsbury's and it was just a fiver, there's so much value on this set. Of course, other supermarket and retailers are available, but for a fiver, I thought this was an absolute steal. So we'll break down first of all the adventures on the DVD that Wallace and Gromit have. The first one being A Grand Day Out, and Wallace is ready for some of his favourite snack, of course, cheese and crackers, specifically Wensleydale cheese, and they find there's not a scrap of cheese in the place. So what would you do, being an inventor? Of course, the moon's made of cheese, Gromit. Let's build a rocket and go to the moon, as you would do. So they build a rocket, and what's absolutely hilarious is that they interior decorate the entire rocket to make it look like their lounge at home. So you have the settee, you have the wallpaper, chairs, the table, the teapot, everything looks an exact replica of their lounge at home. Brilliant humour, brilliant. And they've got the banks of all the controllers and the levers and the buttons. And Gromit, bless him, he's there with his headphones on, operating all the controls, getting ready for blast off. And they do literally blast off and they go to the moon, it being made of cheese. And they start to collect cheese samples. And they do encounter, shall we say, other life forms. They're not alone on the moon. It is a fantastic start. That you find out in the special features that A Grand Day Out itself took over 2.5, nearly 3 years to make. Um, and how Wallace and Gromit started life. But we'll go into that a little bit more in a second. Following on from A Grand Day Out, you get The Wrong Trousers, which is a lot more plot driven, there's more characters, and the storyline's more complicated in this one as well. Um, Basically, Wallace has invented a pair of techno trousers, and he's got a whole setup where he can, by pressing a button by his bed in the morning, he can literally, his bed will drop down through the ceiling, straight into his trousers, straight into the lounge below, into the kitchen ready for breakfast. And everything's automated, so press a button depending on what day it is as to what breakfast you get. Of course, it doesn't always go right with hilarious results. And unfortunately for Wallace, some outside parties have heard about his set no trousers, and when a rather strange looking lodger uh, moves in with them, they find out that he's got interest in the trousers, to say the least, and chaos and hilarity ensues from there. So that's The Wrong Trousers. Then we go on to a close shave where we meet Wen Wendeling, who is the owner of the local wool shop. Cue a whole herd of sheep being involved in this. Wallace falls in love with Wendeling, and there's a rather sinister dog in this adventure who causes lots of havoc for Gromit, but of course, Gromit being Gromit is the one that has to put the pieces together and save the day, as he usually does when it comes to Wallace and getting him out of scrapes. Then the fourth adventure is a matter of life and death. There is a killer on the loose, and he's going after all the local bakers in the locale. Wallace and Gromit have just set up their own bakery, unfortunately for them, and they're the latest target. Those are the four features, just a brief outline of each. On the special features on the DVD, first of all is a documentary called Welcome to the World of Wallace and Gromit. You hear from Nick Park and some other members of his team about how Wallace and Gromit started, and they began life in no more than sketchbooks, Nick and one of his friends. And Gromit actually started out life not as a dog but as a cat. And you find out how Nick got the first film at Grand Day Out finished, how he got involved with the animation teams, and how they went on to huge, huge successes. There's when Wallace met Harvey. This was how Aardman became involved in a campaign for Harvey Nichols when they opened a department store in Bristol. And it was all about Wallace and Gromit advertising the fashions and the brand and everything involved in that. That's a really interesting feature. You get making of featurettes for Close Shave, for Matter of Life and Death, and for The Wrong Trousers. You get some on PC. If you're watching the DVD on PC, you get a preview of a computer game, specifically for PC users. So you get those. You get commentaries, audio commentaries on all the adventures on the DVD, and you get some cast information, character information, sketches, and also on the PC you can also view some of the blueprints for Wallace and Gromit's inventions. It's an extremely good value set for £5, definitely. I mean, each of the four adventures is over half an hour, so just in that yourself, you're getting over 2 hours of entertainment, which the whole family absolutely loves, and all those extra features as well. So you're probably getting, by the end of it, you're getting on for nearly 3 hours of entertainment for a fiver. You can't really laugh at that. It's absolutely brilliant. But definitely recommend this set. And as I say, over the next few videos, we're going to look at some more of Wallace and Gromit. We've got feature film, Curse of the Were Rabbit. I'm doing a review on that next. Then after that, we've got a review of the first Shaun the Sheep movie of the same name. We're doing a review on that one as well. So I look forward to those. And I'll see you for the next video, which, as I say, is going to be the Wallace and Gromit movie, Curse of the Were Rabbit. I'll see you for that later this week. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon.